Last we left off, Ginyu was rolling up to his homies in the remaining Ginyu Force, half dead, in the hopes of motivating his squad to let them know that the imposter Goku has 0 hands, and that if Gohan and Bruce Willis work together, they have their once-in-a-lifetime chance to actually win in a fight against him. Krillin hears this and takes a stab at it, bopping false Goku in the back of the head and confirming that he is indeed softer than a Drake album, and that they are safe to run the ones. Then who else should come out of hiding at this time but Lord Vegeta-sama, deciding that this would be the perfect chance to get his get back on Jeice while he's fresh off that perk 30 he got from Kakarot, and the Zenkai boost is still in full effect. Krillin and Gohan waste no time putting Ginyu through the ringer, swinging on Buddy like crazy and getting a nasty shot off that sends dude flying into Frieza's spaceship. Ginyu is in pure shock at the ass beating he's taking and decides to fire off a ki blast in the hopes of wiping Gohan off the map so he can deal with Woody Harrelson alone. To his shock though, Gohan is able to tank the ki blast after putting up his guard. Not only that, little dude then proceeds to mock Ginyu's attack, telling him that it was light work. Then to make matters worse, Uncle Krillin rolls up behind him and is like, "What did I tell you, stupid? You soft and you can't even use that body. Now hush up and let me body you real quick." While Ginyu is receiving the most disrespectful ass whooping of his life, Jeice and the Prince of Cap are going toe to toe next door. Two exchange hands, and after taking a shot to the face, Vegeta starts smiling and is like, "I know you think you're nice right now, but how about you use that scouter and get a reading on my power level real quick for the one time?" Jeice's like, "Shut up, bro. I already read your power earlier and it was earring backs, but I'll run it again just to shut you up." He then takes the reading and is shocked by what he sees and does a DBZ classic, destroying his scouter, saying that it must be broken and that the reading is off. I can already hear the funeral bells chiming in the distance. While Jeice is in denial, Vegeta starts on his BS, telling Jeice about how much stronger he got recently, and not only that, but this ain't no regular everyday power boost. Vegeta says that he has now become the thing that Frieza fears the most, the legendary Super Saiyan. Can we please add another one to the cap counter again, Seth? Bruh, the amount of premature Super Saiyan call-outs that happen in this arc from Vegeta especially gives me straight heartburn. Dude is convinced that because he caught a few Zenkai boosts that he is now the stuff of legend and is unable to be messed with. In a few episodes when Frieza starts blowing his back out, that tune might change real quick. But for now, I'm just going to let the man live in his delusion and continue with the story. Jeice exclaims 100% correctly that Vegeta is full of hot air, and the man is definitely not a Super Saiyan. Vegeta didn't take too kindly to this and sticks his size 7 Mickey Mouse boot up Jeice's chin, karate chops the man in the side, shattering his armor, then smiles before unloading the craziest facial of all time into Jeice's mouth, and in the fight. Ginyu and everyone else hear the commotion coming from the other direction and look over in shock, realizing that Vegeta finished off Jeice. Goku tells Vegeta that he was clearly stronger and didn't have to go that far, to which Vegeta replies with an emphatic "shut up." Then Vegeta looks over to Gohan and Kamen and asks, "Why the hell is this fake Ginyu still breathing?" Piece of work is like, "Alright, if y'all ain't gonna push his muffin cap back blue, then I'ma do the honors," and proceeds to hit Goku with a 3-piece combo. I know this man Vegeta has been dreaming about this for months. This man Vegeta sticks his entire hand into Goku's rib cage, knocks the dude 50 feet in the air, flies up to meet him, and then hits the dude with a double axe handle from hell, sending him crashing down like a meteor back on that hard-ass Namekian dirt. I promise you Goku was watching this with tears in his eyes, thinking about how much brain damage and eternal bleeding that combo just caused his body. That combo probably the reason Buddy acts the way he does in Super. Man lost a good 40 IQ points off that combination alone.
Kakarot, stop punching him and use your darn head!
What? Oh, okay!
Vegeta then prepares for the finale, shooting himself down from the air in a Superman pose to turn the rest of Goku's organs into baby powder. Now right here is another section where the anime and manga change up a bit. In the manga, after Vegeta force feeds Goku that combo, he goes right into a superhero pose ready to put Ginyu Night Night. But in the anime, we get a whole filler section where Goku briefly wakes up from his coma and fires off a Kamehameha for no damn reason and misses Ginyu, destroying untold amounts of local wildlife just to pass back out and talk about his batteries low. Then we're treated to a good 3 to 4 minutes of Vegeta giving Ginyu the ass whooping of a lifetime. I'm talking 4-piece, no biscuit, hold the drink. Man is out here comboing Buddy, dragon throwing him, and you know he had to get in a good energy blast volley in there just for a little razzle dazzle. The whole time Ginyu's going this man into beating him into the dirt further, taunting him like, "Yeah, I guess your mama was right." And for some reason Vegeta is having a severe low IQ moment, not realizing that Buddy is not defending himself whatsoever whatsoever because he's ready to steal his body the moment the opportunity arises. Finally, Ginyu decides, yeah, I had enough of this washing for one day, and attempts to body change Vegeta. Goku peeps what's happening and moves faster than he ever has in his life, intercepting the body change beam and returning to his normal, critically wounded self before Ginyu could change with Vegeta. I can only imagine the pain Goku was in once his consciousness transferred back to his body. Dude had to have been low-key like, you know what, being purple ain't that bad for real, put me back, because I know the way he was feeling after taking that whooping from Vegeta was crucial. Vegeta is watching this whole circus from midair, absolutely jumbled, trying to postulate the possibilities regarding what just happened. On the sideline, Gohan is the first one to sense that Goku's back in his own body, but the excitement is short-lived because Ginyu has no plans on remaining purple for much longer and has his eyes set on Vegeta for one last body change. The Prince of all confusion is just staring back and forth between Ginyu and Goku, mouth open on his himbo timing, while the out-of-commission Goku peeps exactly what's about to happen, but is now too injured to stop Ginyu from what he plans to do. Just when it looks like Ginyu is all but guaranteed to be the owner of a brand spanking new forehead, a local Namekian frog just minding his own business happens to wander past Goku, who decides, yeah, this looks like a fitting victim, and moments before the change beam reaches Vegeta, the frog intercepts it and we get a quick glimpse of Ginyu's face looking in pure shock, damn near with tears in his eyes, realizing that he and Kermit are about to become very acquainted in mere moments. Seconds later, after a brilliant flash of light, we see Ginyu hitting that Sadako from the ring as he crawls and stares blankly at the ground for a few moments before hopping away from the battlefield. Can y'all imagine the pure confusion that Gohan, balding and forehead had to be watching this with? Because of how the anime's paced, it feels like there's a bunch of time between all this nonsense to process what's happening. But the time between Vegeta damn near putting Goku in a milk carton and Ginyu becoming a vegetable was seconds in real time, and I know they had to have been thinking, just send me back home, bruh, after watching the dude that almost took them out become non-verbal and start crab walking to collect some flies seconds away from pure disaster. In the aftermath of the anarchy that just occurred, the crew run over to Goku to check on his wounds. Goku comments on how Vegeta didn't hold back after realizing Ginyu was occupying his body, and that little man might have enjoyed stomping a hole in his chest a little too much. The Prince of Pain doesn't even bat an eyelash and asks Goku where the hell Ginyu is, pretending like dude didn't even just talk a moment ago. Goku explains that the frog they see bouncing around right now is Ginyu, and that Ginyu they saw living his best life a few moments ago was actually a frog. Vegeta went to public school on this planet, so he still isn't comprehending what Kakarot is on, but decides that if that frog is Ginyu, then it's time for a quick trip to HFIL so he can chill with the rest of his homies where they can all work on their new routines together. Goku tells Vegeta that he's bugging and asks what purpose it would serve to melt this man who has become a literal amphibian with a power level in the single digits. Vegeta takes a second and is like, you know what, you're right. Dude is probably suffering way more than he ever would right now if I took him out anyway. Vegeta then turns his attention to Goku and his cronies, saying to them how easy it would be to smoke that Earthling pack right now if the mood struck him. After hearing this, Krillin starts having some intrusive thoughts about Destructo Disc before he's caught off guard by Goku, who tells him that Vegeta's bluffing. The Prince of Cap smiles and tells him that Goku's right. He's gonna keep them alive for a moment because he still needs some assistance with the Dragon Balls, and as much as he hates to admit it, they might make helpful bullet sponges when it's time to take on Frieza. Vegeta then has them hurry back to Frieza's spaceship to make use of the remaining healing chamber to get Goku back to health, while he gets them suited up in Saiyan battle armor for the upcoming brawl with the universe's greatest terror. I don't know why, but there was something I always really liked about this part with Vegeta helping Krillin and Gohan get suited up. It's a really small section and not major at all in the grand scheme of things, but watching them get dressed, pause, while Vegeta explains some of the lore surrounding the battle armor and watching them all interact with one another without a battle looming over the scene did a lot for their characterization for me, especially Vegeta, whom up to this point has been not much else other than a scheming, bloodthirsty lunatic with Super Saiyan delusions. After they get dressed, Krillin asks how long Goku should need to heal in the chamber. Vegeta remarks 40 to 50 minutes, and Krillin decides that during this time, he'll make a solo trip over to the Gurus in hopes of getting the password to summon Shenlong before it's too late. Gohan offers to go, probably thinking about how the last thing he wants to do is be left alone with Vegeta, who almost went creepy uncle on him a few hours ago, but Krillin tells Gohan that this is a trip he needs to make by himself, and he goes off to take care of business. As Krillin makes his exit, we cut to Nail, who is easily having the worst day of his life up to this point. Dude is bloody, scarf is messed up, pants are ripped, and his shoulders are hunched over like Charlie Brown after he misses a field goal kick. Across from him, we see Frieza smiling smugly, continuing to press this man about the Wi-Fi password. Here's another moment I gotta point out some differences between the two versions of the story, because in the anime, they drag out Nail's ass kicking for so long, y'all. They have Frieza straight up torturing this man. At one point, dude grabs grabs Nail by the neck with his tail, then I crap you not. This man hops in the air, lands straight on Nail's nutsack, and the impact is so crazy, dude starts coughing up purple blood. I promise y'all, this was nowhere to be seen in the manga. What happens there is Nail is sick of hearing about this password nonsense, and presumably using the last bit of battery he has left, shoots an energy wave at Frieza in the hopes of catching him off guard and smoking him. Frieza emerges from the smoke, still grinning, asking Buddy what kind of Namekian substances he's on that allows him to be so stubborn. Frieza then hops in the air, teleports in front of Nail, facing away from him, then hits dude with the Hey Arnold Helga Pataki special, putting his knuckles square in Nail's face, who falls backwards screaming out in pain in the combination of power and disrespect. After taking a few moments to gather his thoughts, find his remaining teeth, and relocate his nose, Nail laughs weakly as he tells Frieza it's already too late for him to make his wish, and that Dende has already made contact with the Earthlings to tell him the incantation. Frieza briefly reminisces on seeing the little green boy fly away from him while he was distracted by Nail, and then flies off in the direction of the Elder Guru in a fit of rage, tripping off the fact that not only did he get played by these lower life forms, but he just noticed that the energy readings for the entire Ginyu Force have been wiped off the planet, and he may never get to see Ginyu toot that thing up ever again. While enraged, Frieza makes his way to the Elder. Dende and Krillin cross paths and excitedly greet each other. Krillin lets Dende know that they gathered the balls, but they had no luck summoning the dragon using their earth incantation. Dende explains to Krillin that Guru sent him to give Krillin the password, and that they have to speak Namekian to summon the dragon there to be successful. Krillin frustratedly asks Dende why the Elder didn't just give him the password immediately, and Dende tells him that Guru low-key didn't think they'd be able to collect all the balls. A part of me wants to believe though that the Guru saw what was in this man's heart and knew that if he would have got pressed by Frieza or Vegeta, Buddy would have snitched that password faster than you could say please don't hurt me, and the whole planet would have gotten nuked. Krillin is slightly butthurt but can only really say damn, I get it, and then hightails it with Dende back to Frieza's ship, making sure to suppress their power when they arrive. But before Krillin and Dende arrive to Gohan, tell me why they had a whole filler section with Captain Ginyu as a frog making a scheme for the balls, gets spotted by Gohan so he bounces, then starts hashing up a scheme for some Namekian FROGUSSY when he spots another presumably female frog wearing lipstick who is mad aggressive trying to get his email. Dragon Ball filler is so unserious, bro. I just can't with it sometimes. After the mess, Gohan greets Kingpin and Dende and explains luckily that Vegeta wasn't off that Senzu pack this time, so there was no funny business, and dude is currently sleeping, resting up for the confrontation with Frieza. Krillin tells Gohan that it's time for a scheme of their own, having Gohan and Dende assist him with a stealth mission to snatch the balls from under Vegeta's nose while he's asleep so they can gain some distance, and have Dende help them summon the dragon before Vegeta and Frieza can even register what's going on. Man, y'all don't even know how stressed this section had me as a kid. I was watching the TV literally holding my breath like I was there as they were grabbing the Dragon Balls trying to make their way from Vegeta without getting caught. Part easily took 5 years off my lifespan, but much to the excitement of Little KJM, the plan was a success, and Team Little Man gained some distance and immediately start the invocation process after sensing evil energy moving hella fast towards their location. Then they start speaking in tongues, and then moments later the ball began to glow and the sky darkens and a massive dragon emerges from the balls' location. I say dragon, but Porunga is definitely more of a merman type creature. I always thought his design was so sick, but I gotta ask, why is Buddy so strong for? Like, dude has no reason to be as yoked up as he is. Does dude be hitting the gym and pull-ups and crunches inside the balls while he's waiting to get summoned? I gotta know the routine. They should have just low-key wished for Porunga to come step to Frieza. Man would have gave Frieza a quick ticket to the gun show and wrap up the whole arc in minutes. Alright, let me stop gassing Buddy up though, because it would have been heartbreaking to watch Porunga get folded like an omelet trying to press Frieza. Have dude screaming like Jeice did after Goku punched him in the face and then is going to return to his Pokeball ASAP. Porunga states that he's able to grant 3 wishes. Krillin gets mad excited after hearing this and asks Dende to request that all fighters on Earth whom were killed by the Saiyans be revived. Porunga explains that this is not possible, however, and only one life can be returned at a time. Krillin and Gohan start to panic at this point, but before they can continue their Sophie's choice, Piccolo borrows King Kai's Zoom password and makes an aggressive ass request. Piccolo reaches out to the crew on Namek and requests to be brought back first, explaining how if he's brought back, the Earth's Dragon Balls will return, allowing them to make more wishes. Piccolo's second request is that after they bring him back to life, to teleport him directly to Namek so he can run Frieza's fade. Piccolo explains how it's Black History Month and the spirit of his ancestors have possessed him and contractually obligated him to blow that colonizer's back out. I about had tears in my eyes watching this part, y'all, because the side-eye Tien, Yamcha, and Chiaotzu were hitting this man with could have burned a hole through a diamond. I know the minute this dude got off the line with King Kai, you could have heard a pin drop, and they were probably plotting to jump his green ass 3v1. The thing is though, they low-key just had to sit there and take it because they knew Buddy was right. He just said the the quiet part out loud, now they gotta sit there collecting dust, playing with crickets and monkeys. With the first 2 wishes settled, that leaves 1 more to be set in motion. But while our 3 heroes were working through their indecision, Vegeta awoke after sensing immense power level heading their direction, and he immediately recognized it as Frieza. What's more, he looks around and notices that the planet is pitch black. Vegeta exclaims how this planet has multiple suns, so this makes no sense, but before he can finish that thought, he notices a massive roided out mermaid in the sky and wonders if he's actually in hell and he got killed in his sleep. Vegeta then registers that the Dragon Balls are going, that this must be Namek's dragon, and he got played by those meddling Earthlings yet again. Ready to burst a blood vessel, Vegeta moves at top speed and arrives at Krillin, Dende, and Gohan's location, where he's gonna need some answers ASAP. And this, homies, is where we'll stop for today. Bro, stuff on Namek is heating up mad quick. Well, I say quick as long as you're not watching the anime version. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the anime to death. I grew up with it. But something finally getting around to the manga version of the story has shown me is that the pacing of the anime version is crazy. Dragon Ball's got memed on since I was younger for how much things just seem to get dragged out, with entire episodes being spent on characters key charging and the Z fighters having absolutely zero sense of urgency, despite the fact that they're dealing with high stakes, potentially planet destroying circumstances. I always thought that this was just how Dragon Ball was, but to be honest, it's not really true. If you've been on the fence about it, I definitely encourage y'all to give the manga version of the story a chance, because events just move much faster overall, and it's crazy seeing some of the dialogue and story differences between the 2 versions. One thing that's cool about the anime though is all the little extra scenes help to add some depth and personality to the characters. Little stuff like seeing the Vegeta roast sessions and Goku interacting with Gohan and Chi-Chi go a long way in helping you feel like you understand who the characters are. And you don't always get that in the manga where things move so much faster. Be easy, y'all, and make sure you tune in next time when a certain Namekian makes his arrival on home soil and our heroes make their first personal introduction to the venerable Lord Frieza. And the confrontation you're not going to miss.